back again. Thank you for listening. I want to also focus on our two presenters that were at the Sinners One Symposium. And I will begin with Heru Tchaas Amen. He is a certified health and wellness life coach. He also is an instructor with Renju Qigong. He is trained under Shekem Ra Amen in New York, out of Brooklyn, New York, who established the IACT Society, in which he has now been uh, elevated to Shekem Heru. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him, just Google his name, which we have placed here. He's also not exactly a breatharian, but he specializes in showing people how to breathe. And as you'll see in our presentation the exercise he did on breathing, and his main words with that exercise was, "I can breathe." So I welcomed him, and I'm very happy that he supported this symposium with his spiritual guidance and all that he does for the community and for others.
The theme of this conversation today that we've been having is around, we centered around the theme of sinners and things of that nature. And the griot, the storyteller, we had an amazing story from my brother Keprapata earlier. Thank you for opening the way. Eshu is the love of my life. It's my sun and my moon. So the way is open. I appreciate the crossroad conversation, the wonderful interview, and the space that has been created and curated. In the tradition of the griot, we're going to talk about a story today, if that's okay. Is that okay? My name is Shekem Heru Tchaas Amen. Shekem is chief, Baba priesthood member. I am the leader of the Asarset Washington State organization under Shekem Ra Amen the first, who I know y'all know, who's been here and graced this specific space multiple times, and this is where I was installed as a Shekem. In fact, so it's wonderful to be here. We have struggled with the breath as a people for a very long time. We have lost the breath. It's been taken away from us. We've had it strangled from us. We've forgotten how to connect to the breath. And so the conversation today, as was so eloquently laid before you, is we're going to talk about reclaiming the ancestral breath. We want to get into the understanding of what the living breath of creation looks like, what it is. And so I ask you to enjoy the journey with me, if that's okay. I call forth the breath of our ancestors, of Oser, Aset, Heru, Ma'at, and all those whose lungs bore the weight of memory. Let the breath return to us now, not as survival, but as liberation. Inhale with me. Exhale. Through everything that we've been through, we are still here. We are still breathing. And so we remember by calling in ancestral breath, not as survival, but as willful reclamation. The practice is going to help us awaken our will. Our goal is to awaken our true will, the Heru consciousness. Heru is not just some deity, some god that we've, been accustomed to talking about, Horus, Heru, whoever, Thor, right? Those types of energies. But we're talking about the consciousness that has the power to say, I will breathe. I will remember. Breath becomes then the vehicle of choice, not just function. We're not animals. So think about that for a minute. Think about what your breath is supposed to look like on you. How have you held your breath? How have you not enjoyed your breath? How have you not expressed true breath in your interactions in life? What does it feel like to breathe deeply from the core of your being and to express that? What does it look like to put down that false affirmation that says, I cannot breathe, and to pick up the truth that you will breathe, that you can breathe, that you must breathe? Our ancestors breathed life into us and carried us here, and we accept life from them. We made a choice to accept life, and so we made a choice to breathe deeply, fully, genuinely. Before the world had form, before earth, before fire, before water even had names, there was only breath. Not air, not wind, but the living, luminous breath of consciousness, awareness. The first witness was there. You were there. When breath whispered its first rhythm into the void. You are consciousness itself, created in the image of peace itself. You were at the beginning, before time had a beginning, before it had an ending, before there was a word for it. You, consciousness, were there. Breath was not just about survival, it was about knowing. It was the inhalation of ma'at, of divine order. It was the exhalation of shin, which is consciousness as light. It breathed itself into the nostrils of the first ones, black as obsidian, glowing with the flame of Ra within. Each one of you descended from this breath, carries this breath. Somewhere along the lines we forgot. Slavery bound the chest. Colonialization smothered the diaphragm. Fear shortened the inhale. Anger crushed exhalation. But now, we remember. Close your eyes with me. Sitting up nice and tall, mouth is closed, breathing through the nose into the lower abdomen. Enjoy your breath. Feel the memory of breath inside. We talk about chi. Understand that we are not simply bodies. We are chi, fundamental life force, the vital energy that animates all living, breathing beings, that flows through all matter in the universe. You are chi. You are in chi, and chi is in you. This is not merely breath, not merely oxygen, but the subtle essence of life itself. We are Ren Shin, the individualized spiritual consciousness, the divine spark exists within each of us. This is the true self, the manifestation of universal Shin. When I say Shin, I'm talking about consciousness itself, not just awareness, but the divine intelligence that guides, that supports life, all life. So then Ren Shin is your unique expression of the Tao, the way, in form. It is who you are, but beyond your thoughts, beyond your feelings, beyond your identity, inside of this life's karmic field. It is how you express yourself as the ruler of the day, as Heru. To awaken Ren Shin is to awaken your divine wisdom, to align with your divine mission, your wholeness, your unity with totality. And so what we want to talk about today is this Heru aspect, this will aspect that talks about the emergence of power. The moment when the divine spark chooses its own path, you become you. By aligning with Rinchen, we no longer are reactive. We awaken the inner ruler within us all. And this will is rooted in divine awareness. To remember is to remember or rejoin the divine body and spirit within you. To reassemble what trauma disassembled. I come to you today and tell you that you are not your trauma. You are not your brokenness. You are not lost. You are not stressed. You are not sad. You're much more than that. From a Rensha Qigong perspective, we call that the 5 Shin. Trust, openness, love, gratitude, and Gong Jing. These are the inherent qualities of your heart. We all possess these, the fundamental qualities of your true heart. Zen or trust is this unshakable confidence in life. Trusting that you have a journey and a mission, trusting that others have their way and their mission, and trust is that you are going to be rooted in truth rather than conditionings. You came here to overcome conditionings, to prove that God exists within you, through you, because of you, in spite of you, right? That you are one with the Creator and the Creator is one with you. Openness talks about the ability to fully receive. When was the last time you fully received? Without defensiveness, without restriction, without worry, without fear. When did you last truly accept divine love, unconditional love, universal love, beyond attachment, beyond lack, beyond need, unconditional, real love, with gratitude, reverence for just being, for existence itself, every moment, regardless of conditionings, regardless of situation. When were you really grateful just to breathe? With Gong Jing. Gong Jing is a sacred respect for everything, every experience, everyone, every moment, every thought, every challenge, every setback, every hurdle. Respect for it all. Yourself, self-respect, respecting others. This alignment with this principle of ma'at or order. To accept that this is our journey and it's okay to be on that journey. In Kemetic lexicon, we break that up into 7 qualities, 7 divisions. We talk about the Ba. My brother eloquently talked about Obatala and Oser, this crown chakra space that Mother brought up, this eternal and chainless spark of God within you, the Ba, the divine self. That's what we identify as and what we identify through. Its function is to govern your true identity. Who do you see yourself as when you look in the mirror? Do you see yourself as this physical being? Or do you see yourself as this king, this ruler, this queen? When I use the word king, I'm not being, I'm not about patriarchy. When I talk about king, I'm talking about a ruler, regardless of gender, right? Our queen mothers, kings. This eternal, changeless piece of you, this pure spiritual piece of you, do you identify as that? Do you work to awaken that within you? That's the first division of the spirit. The second division of the spirit, the Ku, divine intelligence, the cosmic mind. Where do you get your intellect and your wisdom from? You found it in a book? Someone told you about it in school somewhere? Was it written in the law? The cosmic mind is the mind that guides you, the seat of divine intuition, prophecy. I see the prophets in the room. Some of y'all have prophesied directly to me before, right? This inspired thought. This is how we access what we call the Word of God, the intuition, the voice of God, the mind of Ra. Direct knowledge, heart-to-heart transmission. We've done it time immemorial, civilization after civilization. We came here to restore and rebuild civilization. First, we have to restore and rebuild our true self and identification as the true self. Come on. So we talk about Tahuti, right? If we're Christian, we might call it Ratziel, the angel of mysteries. You know, Orunmila, the oracle itself, Ifa. We talk about lots in the Bible. We talk about writing runes in the sand. We talk about throwing and casting shells. We talk about tackling and connecting with the voice and the word of God to get inspiration and guidance in all things. We call it the Shekem, the next division, power, Shekinah, the energy and creative spirit within all of us, omnipotence, the third division. So we chant, we use mantra, we dance, we use rhythm. This power drives our ability to act, to make choices, and to change natural events in the world. I don't know if y'all heard that, to change natural events in the world. We live in a world that needs some natural events to be changed. We have access to this divine power to do that. It's within our DNA. It's within our divine structure. This powers our rituals. This powers our healing. This powers our connection to higher consciousness and our disconnection with the lower nature. All religions talk about overcoming evil, overcoming Set, overcoming the lower nature, simply lifting consciousness up to connection with the Creator. Someone calls it Babaluaye. Some of us call it Sekert. Some systems call it Kali. We all have access to this power because this is who we are. The angel of understanding, the throat chakra. Pick one. Use them all. The next division of the spirit we have is the ebb, the heart mind, consciousness, the desire to live as ma'at, in order with all things. This is the spiritual heart. We have to sometimes learn how to sit on our thrones. When we awaken trust, when we awaken openness, when we awaken love, gratitude, and gongjing, we are activating the very spiritual faculties that the king within us uses to govern our daily lives. As I said before, you are rulers of this awakened state. As the brother said, Heru sits on that throne. When you go to sleep, we call it Obatala. We call it Osir. We'll get to that a little bit later. But this mediates between the divine and the mundane. We always need a mediator between the natural world and the spiritual world. We have to intuit consciousness. We have to learn how to intuit the laws of God. We have to intuit exercising free will. Are we making an actual choice? Or are we simply being reactive to the situation? What does emotion look like? Ma'at, Lakshmi, Zadkiel. All of these energies are connected. Ogun, Herakuti, Kamael, right? Heru, Shango, Mikael, free will, the ability to have courage in the line of fire. Have you had to be courageous as black people? Have you had to make some choices as black people? Have you had to find order and create order as black people? Right? Have you had to choose to rule as black people? Your life, your identity. And then we have Sa'u, the spiritual body. Intuition, visualization, abstract inner thought, the way you think and experience your understanding. This is where we've stored learned behaviors, where our spiritual memory resides, these inner images. And we begin to associate ourselves with trauma, brokenness, lostness. We have to learn new behaviors. But we came equipped for this with our prefrontal cortex. So our piece around this ritualization, this visualization, is taking into consideration that energy of Heru, of Oshun, Hanael, Raphael, Eshu, Sebek, right? The words are different, but the energy is the same. When we talk about the angel of Gabriel, the solar plexus, do you have the drive to prioritize your spiritual evolution or not? But you came here for that. Or will we continue to associate with the next division, the Ka'abit, the unconscious drive, these emotional patterns, these past traumas, this animal spirit, the Geb, the physical nature? Somebody told us that we were just our bodies once. And somewhere along the line, we begin to believe it somewhat. You are not your vehicle. Have you ever gotten in your car and thought, I am a car now? Why would you get in a body and say, I am a body now, when you were created in the image of the infinite? That makes no sense. So our goal is to overcome the Ka'abit, Set, Satan, the animalistic nature, to confront it on all levels of existence, and to choose to rule over it. This is Heru's battle. This is the battle of the will. And this is what we came here to victoriously accomplish. And because you're here, means that you will accomplish it. You wouldn't have come here to, who came here to lose? Did anybody come here to lose? Anybody like losing? It's not in our vocabulary. We don't like lose. Nobody enjoys a loss. We enjoy winning. And so we came here to win. We came here to prove the existence of divine intellect within our personal experience. Very simple. And we have the physical body itself, atoms and molecules, the Cob. We have 7 of these divisions. This is the vessel that we were just incarnated in. We needed a particular set of challenges because we have a very particular set of skills. And we had to hone those particular sets of skills within this incarnation. And so we give thanks to the Creator for providing a vehicle for us to prove the Creator's existence in all things. So this is where we take in breath work. We take in eating correctly. We take in account our posture, how we stand, how we move, how we dance, Qigong, yoga, how we purify ourselves, detoxify ourselves on a regular basis. The body, the vehicle, is just this vessel that takes us from one stop to the next. So we are consciousness. We are will. The breath is the bridge between them all. So this idea of being a Yanggong or a Qigong instructor, this Butenko breathing, this Kemetic spirituality that I talk about is that the technologies of our ancestors are still alive and well. And our job is to grab hold of those technologies and to apply them to our lives. Breathing correctly teaches us that overbreathing causes problems within our lives. Right? Does anyone understand the effect of the breath on health? Diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, heart-related issues, inflammation in the body, headaches, nausea, pain, acid reflux, sleep apnea. All of these things are connected to the breath. When you were taught that you were an animal somewhere along the line, and you were taught to believe that, you begin to breathe differently. You begin to breathe through the mouth. Do we ever eat through the nose? Then why should we breathe through the mouth? Are we trying to drown from air? When we're having these issues, for instance, sleep apnea, you're falling asleep in the middle of the night and your body stops itself from breathing for a while. Why is that? Your blood has become too toxic. There's too much oxygen in your blood. Your body realizes it and tries to balance it by starving you from oxygen so your systems can realign. When we're breathing with sleep apnea, when you're panicked, you breathe. When you're angry, you breathe. When you're sad, you breathe through your mouth. You are created in the image of peace that nothing can disturb. Peace breathes like a god and goddess. Peace breathes like a divine being. Peace breathes not from here, but from here. So when we breathe, we have to move the consciousness of the breath, the awareness of the breath from here that activates our sympathetic system to here that activates our parasympathetic system, our system of healing, of holistic well-being, the system that detoxifies the bloodstream. So we have to learn how to breathe correctly again. Rin Sha teaches us that chi, energy, follows spirit. And so we have to realign and not allow the energy, the animalistic energy within us, to guide spirit. We are born with a prefrontal cortex for future learning, future understanding. That is the most evoluted part of the brain. It's to rule over the reptilian brain, the lower brain. But right now we allow the snake to guide the God. That makes no sense. And I'm being literal when I'm talking about snakes. I'm talking about a literal reptile. We're not talking about chi, and we'll get into that later. Exactly. Exactly. And Kemetic spirituality teaches us that the Shekem, right, we're talking about the reptilian brain, the oldest brain in existence, over 1 million years old, this animalistic brain that had to evolve slowly but surely, the reptilian brain into mammalian brain, the neocortex into the prefrontal cortex, that gives us the ability to look down through time and understand, that this is a survival instinct. And this does not require a survival instinct to choose our response. Reptiles don't choose. Reptiles respond. We are divine, so we get the opportunity to choose. Every belief system says that we have free will. So why don't we exercise it by choosing correctly? This is what we offer. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a practice around visualization. Okay, we got a little story, we got a little lecture, but we want to practice. I don't ever leave a space without actually giving something that we can take home and apply. And so we have to figure out how to do that. And so we're going to reclaim our breath in this vessel. And we're going to learn how to do that together. Very simple. Y'all are doing it mostly right now. You're seated already, so you're halfway there. When we sit, though, we're going to sit very specifically today, if that's okay. Go ahead and slide to the front section, the front area of your seat. Yes. We're going to sit on our thrones. This is why we sit like this in Kemetic spirituality and visualization. We're sitting on our throne. Our feet are flat on the ground. Our hands are on our laps, resting gently. Top of the head, we call this byway. It reaches for the sky, sitting up nice and tall. The chin slightly down, back of the neck is flat. The tongue is at the upper palate, top of the mouth. Gently close your mouth. And just breathe naturally for now. Slowly draw the vision back if your eyes are not closed, and close the eyes gently. Relax the body from the top of the head. Relax the head and the face. Relax the neck and shoulders. Moving down the arms, relax the arms all the way to the fingertips. Breathing in and out naturally. Relax the upper chest and back. Moving down the spine, relax the abdomen, lower abdomen, lower back. Sink into your seat as you relax the hips and pelvis. Relax the legs all the way down to the toes. Scan your body. Any space within the body that is not relaxed, will it to relax now. Bring your awareness inside of the body. Feel the emptiness and spaciousness within. Expand the awareness out. Understand the connection to all things. Remember the oneness with all things. Draw the awareness back to the body. Calm and peaceful. Open to the universe with reverence and Gongjing. Let the bright universe nurture your heart with compassion and with love. Feeling is relaxed, free, and joyful. Chi, life force, prana flowing freely, naturally, calmly. Remember now that heaven, earth, human, and all things within it are teachers with infinite wisdom. Open your heart to trust and love them unconditionally. With gratitude in our hearts, receive the bright light of their love, wisdom, and unify yourself with this love and wisdom. With your mind, body, spirit, Shin, Yi, and Jin are fully aligned with the light of the way. With Gongjing, with respect, feel awareness, realization, and wisdom rising from deep within. Make yourself one with the Creator, one with the light of wisdom, and one with the universe. Together, let's empty the lungs, breathing out. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3. Breathe out for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. And pause. Continue to breathe in and out naturally. But at the exhale, at the end of your exhale, pause slightly. Let your body feel slightly air hungry. And then breathe again, gently. Continue to breathe naturally, slowly, calmly. Breathe in together. Breathe out together. And hold together. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy the oneness of the breath. Settle yourselves. Settle your mind. Settle your body. Connect with consciousness. Become aware of the stillness behind the breath as you pause. This is where your ancestors speak. Always breathing in through the nose. Always breathing out through the nose from the lower abdomen. In the quiet, in the pause, let your ancestors speak. See yourself in a desert, under starlight. Looking up, see the stars of the sky. Feel the warm breeze upon your skin. The sand beneath your feet, the sand that so many of your ancestors walked across. You're standing before a pyramid, pointing up at the sky. Feel its vibration. Feel the hum, the energy within and around you. Feel the original breath. Hear your ancestors speak. You were not broken. You are not breathless. Your breath is sacred. Come, my child. Breathe. Breathe. As you inhale, you are filled with golden light. As you exhale, you let go of generational pain. You breathe in peace and joy. And you breathe out shallow breathing and trauma. With each breath, your spine straightens. Your heart softens. You remember who you are. Ask yourself, when did I begin to believe that I had to hold my breath to survive? What parts of me awaken when I breathe softly and fully? messages do my ancestors send me in stillness? Breathe it from heaven and breathe it into the earth. You are one with the breath. This is the initiation of the ruler within you, of Heru within you. It invites you to reject the illusion of powerlessness. Accept responsibility for perception, for true identity. Choose your divine nature as truth. From deep within, say, I do not need to hold my breath for the world to accept me. From deep within, I breathe because I am divine. Bring your awareness into your chest. Feel the gentle movement of breath like the ocean tide. Trust the breath of life. Trust the wisdom of the body to breathe correctly. Trust my path. This is not an idea. Feel it as a warmth that spreads from the heart to the center of your being. And let this trust soften the spaces where fear used to live. Allow your heart to open. Visualize a golden lotus flower blooming from the center of your heart. Each breath unfolds a petal. From deep within, I am open to change. I am open to truth. I am open to my highest self. With each exhale, release any armor around the heart. Feel the air flowing freely through the gates of the heart into every crack and crevice of your being. Look at yourself in love. Not just emotional love, but the love that exists without condition or confusion. Allow love to flow through you. Remind yourself that you are love. You radiate love. Feel your breath as the carrier of love. Let it flow into the cells of your body. Let it flow to and from your ancestors freely. Let it flow into the world that needs it. You are the love of God, the love of Ma'at. You are a vessel of love. Welcome, welcome gratitude. Bring to mind one thing, one breath, one moment that you are truly thankful for. Visualize it, see it, relive it, connect with it. Then let that feeling grow, not just in words, but in the rhythm of your heartbeat. From deep within, thank you. Thank you, breath of my people. Thank you, body. Thank you, life. Each breath is a sacred offering. With respect and reverence, Gongjing, the gateway. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. In reverence, bowing our heads, I stand in awe of life. I give thanks for the way of life. I bow to the eternal breath within me. Let the reverence of Gongjing ripple through your body, through your mind, humbling and lifting you at the same time as you rest in stillness, listening to your ancestors. Feel all of the heart qualities shining and swirling within the heart. Trust, openness, love, Gongjing, gratitude. Breathe gently as you awaken and care for your ancestral heart. Let these 5 essential qualities merge into one energy. Let this be your compass. Let your breath be your power. Understand that there is no need to run. There is no need to shout. There is no need to brag, to grovel. Just breathe. This is your revolution. This is your medicine. This is your return. We move from victimhood into sovereignty. We move from reactivity into conscious choice. We move from disconnection into unity with all things. We move from trauma into empowerment. We move from the lower nature into spirituality and oneness. We move away from forgetting into divine remembrance. So this is our pathway of resurrecting Heru, the warrior of peace within you, the willful son of Osir, the part of us that is designed to defeat the lower nature and rules not with force, but with the quiet power of the breath, of the spirit, of sacred decision. Aloud with me, I can breathe. I can breathe. I can breathe. Speak these words after me. I can breathe. I am breath. I can breathe. I am whole. I can breathe. I am breath. I can breathe. I am whole. From deep within, I can breathe. I am breath. I can breathe. I am whole. I can breathe. I am breath. I can breathe. I am whole. I can breathe. I am breath. I can breathe. I am whole. I can breathe. I am breath. I can breathe. I am whole. I can breathe. I am breath. I can breathe. I am whole. You are the breath of life. You are the breath of life. The breath of life is deep within you. The breath of life is you. The breath of life participates with you. The breath of life walks with you. It uplifts you. It empowers you. It heals you. You have never been broken. You will never be defeated. You will not lose. You came here to be the victorious one, the risen one. You are Heru, the sun. We talk about this solstice because the sun has risen again. You have risen again. You are the resurrector. You are the life. You are the truth, the way. You are heaven and earth and all things in between. You are one with the Creator. You can breathe. Never let anyone tell you that you should breathe or become or think that you are an animal. For the rest of your days on this planet, struggle. Reclaim the breath in every moment. Allow it to heal you. Allow it to nurture you. Allow it to restore you. Allow it to bless you. Accept life with each breath, with each moment. Ashe? We say Hetep. Peace and blessings. I give thanks to all of you for choosing to breathe. A very important part of our day. We'll be starting a 5-week course teaching this breath, all the way from the movement that aligns with this to heal the internal organ system, to heal physical ailments through the breath, to resist the immune issues that are related to the breath, to allow ourselves to restore making free will decisions in our life with the breath, walking through each essential heart quality. Over 5 weeks, we'll talk about trust. We'll talk about openness. We'll talk about love. We'll talk about gratitude. We'll talk about Gangjing, and we'll practice these things. We partner with IACT. We partner with our family and friends to share these truths with you from a deep background. We talk about Qigong. Qigong has been around for 3,500 years. And most of our people don't know it exists. Our people helped create it. We talk about this breath work. We're sitting like our ancestors were carved in stone 6,500 years ago. Okay, we go to see psychiatrists. We go to see shrinks and things like that. We go get this medication. Some of us might need it. But at times we need to have a conversation with our breath because there's no side effects from breathing correctly like there are to steroids. Understand? Like they poison us sometimes with this medication and these things, and we can defeat these things by closing our mouths. Simply closing our mouths and learning how to breathe again. And being aware of the breath at every moment. When our children are born to mothers who learn how to breathe correctly, their IQ rises. Their ability to respond to situation is more fluid. You don't see them reactive. They're calm under pressure. So we have to teach this to our mothers. We have to teach this to our fathers. Our children mimic us. They see us walking around mouth breathing. They learn how to mouth breathe. When I was growing up, mouth breathing was a disrespectful thing to say. You're a mouth breather. I was calling you something funky, right? And now, but we're having conversations like, hey, how you doing? It's really good to see you. I missed you so much. We're turning on, right? Our fight or flight mode. Our blood is rushing through our large muscles away from our organs. And then we're like, why does my gut hurt so much? Why do I feel so constricted? Why am I walking like this? I haven't learned how to breathe again. And so we have to accept the breath and practice breathing correctly. And so Qigong teaches us how to do that with movement. Meditation teaches us how to do that with visualization and affirmation. We learn how to do that in ritualization. When we're learning these songs, these are mantras, teaching us how to breathe correctly. If we're chanting them correctly, we're breathing correctly. Very, very powerful work. This is solar energy, trapping the energy of the sun to allow it to manifest in our decisions. You understand? This is serious work, daily work. And y'all are on the journey, so I appreciate you for joining me on the journey. I'm Heru Tchaas Amen. Blessings.